Radios can provide not only yourself, but your teammates a huge tactical advantage on the airsofting field. However, if you are not proficient in how to use your radio, or you flat out don't know how, well, you're not able to take full advantage of what a radio can provide to you. So I want to say welcome back to episode 2 of the Beginner's Guide to Radios in Airsoft. The first episode in this series, we took a look at what is included in the box of a Baofeng UV5R radio. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to use and what all of these buttons are on the Baofeng UV5R. Because as you can see, there are a lot of tiny little buttons that all do something different. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at what each one of these buttons will do on your Baofeng UV5R. To stay updated on this series, to learn more about radios in Airsoft, I'd love to have you join our community by hitting the subscribe button down below, and while you're at that, make sure to hit the bell icon next to it to get updates when we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday here on the channel. This will be a regularly updated series, and there is a playlist that has been created so that you can catch up on old episodes, find new ones, or just refresh your memory. And any products that I mention in this video will be linked down in the description below, as well as BB Warrior patches to help support the channel. Now why don't we turn the camera around and we'll take a look at what each one of these tiny little buttons does on your Baofeng UV5R radio. So the first thing that you are going to want to ensure is that you have a fully charged battery and that your battery is properly connected into your Baofeng UV5R radio. The way to do that is simple. There are little tracks on the battery as well as on the inside of the back of the radio, and you simply just slide those in till the connectors touch, and then you will see or hear an audible click, and this will push up. This little button here is your battery release. When you press that, your battery can come in and out. Without that, it will not. Now on the front of the radio, this little knob here is your volume adjuster. Pressing this more will give you more volume. So when I turn this on, you'll get a little bit of an audible click, and as you can tell, we didn't hear anything. However, I'm going to turn this on and adjust it the entire way.
Channel mode.
As you can hear, we are on channel mode, which we will talk about in a second. Next to that is our flashlight, which is actually really handy on this radio, and that can be adjusted with this button right here. By pressing this button right here, you turn your light on. By pressing it again, your light will blink, and by pressing it a third time, your light will shut off. Above that, we have your push to talk. Now this is pretty self-explanatory. When you press the push to talk, you will talk into the microphone. The microphone turns on. So when I press this, as you can see, the light or the screen changes color. I am currently talking into the microphone. Now, above that is your call button. Now the call button serves two very, very different purposes. On one end of the spectrum, when you press the call button, when you press it, you will get your FM radio, which is kind of a neat touch. A little embarrassing story. I was at a large Milsim event and I didn't have this locked. I accidentally hit the call key and I heard the FM radio very, very faintly because I was out in the middle of the woods. I thought my teammates were talking to me. It was the radio and I looked like an idiot. So make sure that you are locking this by pressing this little key here. As you can see, it has a little key on it to indicate the lock. Now press that again to go back to your regular Baofeng radio. And if you hold this down, it does an entirely different function. It does the alarm. So when you press that down, on the screen it blinks alarm. You have this little LED here blinking, and the strobe is on up top. And again, the volume of this is adjusted up here. So I will turn the volume on real quick. As you guys can see, the alarm is on and it's making a lot of noise. To turn it off, you must press the call button again, and the alarm shuts off. On the front of the radio, on this little orange button here, the VFO/MR, that is to adjust between frequency and channel mode.
Frequency mode. Channel mode. Frequency mode. Channel mode.
So as you can tell, by pressing it, it'll change you to channel or frequency mode, depending on which mode you are on at the moment. In the future, we will be talking about more about what that means when we discuss how to communicate with other players. And below that, you have your A and B button. The A and B button switches between your frequency. So when you press this, as you can see, there is this little tiny triangle here that is adjusted each time I press it. That is going to adjust the frequency on your display. Across from the Baofeng logo, we have the band button. The band button will switch your band display. This also changes the band that you're using while you are on the FM radio. However, we're not going to be touching on that today because this is more towards what you're going to be using this for in Airsoft. Now moving down, you have your menu key right here in the upper left-hand corner of the keypad. From here, this can change you to all of the different functions that you can do on your Baofeng UV5R radio. Soon we will be talking about what each one of them is. There are a lot of them in this radio that it deserves their own video. However, pressing it, you can hit the up and down key to go through them. However, if you know what you're looking for, they have a hotkey number which you can type in. Next to that, there is the escape button. Seems pretty simple. And there really isn't too much left on this radio to talk about. This key right here is a scan key to scan for local channels. And below that is again your lock key. When you do that, it locks the radio. So if I wanted to change the frequency right now, so 4532222, as you can see, nothing is happening because of that key. The only things that you can do while the key is activated is activate your push to talk and your light, and I believe your alarm will also activate as well. If I can get that back in focus for you guys. Yes, your alarm will also go off while the key is activated, and that is activated and deactivated by just holding down on the key and it turns off. I'll turn the volume up real quick.
Lock.
And it will tell you that you are locking.
Unlock.
Or unlocking. So that is just most of the features on the Baofeng UV5R radio. Here we have a plug for a Kenwood 2-pin adapter to use a hand mic or a headset or some sort of push to talk. That is going to do it for this episode of the Beginner's Guide to Radios in Airsoft. Again, if you want to watch part 1 or part 3, there will be a playlist which will be linked in the end card where you can see all the episodes that have been aired of this series. If you guys wanted to pick up anything that I mentioned in this video, including the radio, the extended battery pack, or some of my personal choices for push-to-talk and headsets, I will have a link down to all of those in the description below. And as a little bit of an advisory, if you do click on them, I do receive a percent, which can go back to helping improve the channel and get a more professional recording environment, which only makes the videos better for you guys. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Like I said, if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see about the Baofeng UV5R radio, make sure to let me know down in the comments below, and I will do my best to get those videos out as fast as possible. Like I said, this will be a continuing, very oftenly updated series on the channel. I'm hoping for probably every other week doing this. But if you guys would like to see more of it, make sure to let me know, or more guide series like this. If this was your first time here, I'd love to have you join our community by hitting the subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, make sure to hit the bell icon next to it to get updates when we post new videos, not only in this series, but all the other videos that we post here on the channel. This has been Lane from the BB Warrior, helping you guys better understand your Baofeng UV5R radio, and I will see you all next time.